These are the most shocking 911 calls you've heard, starting with the most well-known, and as we move down, they will become more disturbing and less talked about. Let's start at the tip of the iceberg. When it comes to shocking 911 calls, this is undoubtedly the most well-known, but it doesn't ever get easier to listen to. Was it a preventable tragedy? A Washington state man blew up his house, killing him and his 2 sons. This happened a few days after the court judge ruled against him in a custody hearing. An anguished call from the caseworker handling the case came in after reporting that she was smelling gasoline. Moments later, an explosion ripped through the normally quiet neighborhood.
Hey, I'm on a supervised visitation for a court-ordered visit, and something really weird has happened. The kids went into the house, and the parent, the biological parent, whose name is Josh Powell, will not let me in the door. What should I do?
What's the address?
It's 8119, and I think it's 89th. I don't know what the address is.
Okay. That's pretty important for me to know.
Sorry, I can't. Just a minute. Let me get in my car and see if I can find it. Nothing like this has ever happened before at these visitations, so I'm really shocked. And I could hear one of the kids crying, but he still wouldn't let me in. Okay, it is but I think I need help right away. He's on a very short lease with CSHS, and CPS has been involved. And this is the craziest thing. He looked right at me and closed the door. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just waiting to know where you are.
Okay. It's 8119 189th Street, Court East, Puyallup, 98375. And I'd like to pull out of the driveway because I smell gasoline and he won't let me in.
You want to pull out of the driveway because you smell gasoline, but he won't let you...
He won't let me in.
He won't let you out of the driveway?
He won't let me in the house.
Whose house is it?
He's got the kids in the house and he won't let me in. It's a supervised visit.
I understand. Whose house is it?
Josh Powell.
Okay, so you don't live there, right?
No, I don't. No, I'm contracted to the state to provide supervised visitation.
I see. Okay. And who is there to exercise their visitation?
I am. And the visit is with Josh Powell.
And who supervises?
And he is the husband that I supervise.
So you supervise and you're doing the visit?
Yeah,
you're supervising yourself?
I supervise myself. I'm the supervisor here.
Wait a minute. If it's a supervised visit, you can't supervise yourself. If you're the visitor.
I do supervise myself. I'm the supervisor for the supervised visit.
Okay, well, aren't you the one making the visit? Or is there another parent that you're supervising?
No, I'm the one that supervises. I pick up the kids at their grandparents.
Yes. And then who visits with the children?
Josh Powell.
Okay, so you're supposed to be there to supervise Josh Powell's visit with the children.
Yes, that's correct.
And
And he's the husband of missing Susan Powell.
This
is a high-profile case.
How did he gain access to the children before you got there?
I was one step in back of them.
Okay, so they went into the house and then he locked you out.
Yeah, he shut the door right in my face.
Now, your last name?
My name is Elizabeth Griffin Hall, and the kids have been in there by now approximately 10 minutes. And he knows this is a supervised visit. 2. Braden is 5, and Charlie is 7.
And their dad's last name?
Powell, Powell. His first name is Josh.
Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Native?
He's white.
Date of birth?
I don't know. He's about 39.
How tall?
5'10", 150 pounds.
Did you notice what he was wearing?
No, I didn't notice what he was wearing.
Is he alone then, or is anybody?
I don't know. I couldn't get in the house.
Are you in a vehicle now or on foot?
I'm in a vehicle. I'm in a Prius, a 2010 Prius.
What color
with the doors locked. But he hasn't opened the door. I rang the doorbell and everything.
What color
I begged him to let me in.
Elizabeth, please listen to my questions. What color is the Toyota Prius?
Gray, dark gray.
And the license number?
I don't know. I can look.
All right, we'll have somebody look for you there.
Okay, how long will it be?
I don't know, ma'am. They have to respond to emergency, life-threatening situations first. The first available deputy.
Well, this could be life-threatening. He went to court on Wednesday, and he didn't get his kids back. And this is really, I'm afraid for their lives.
Okay, has he threatened the lives of the children previously?
I have no idea.
All right, we'll have the first available deputy contact you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello?
Hi, ma'am. Were you calling about the fire in the 8200 block of
Yes,
188th Street,
exploded the house.
Ma'am,
Yes,
do you know the
exploded the house.
okay? Do you know the exact address of the house, or are you?
Yes, it's 8119 189th Street, Court East,
Okay.
2 hours.
Okay, stand line. Do you know if anyone's in the house?
Yes, there was a man and
Okay.
2 children. I just dropped off the children, and he wouldn't let me in the door.
Okay, stand line for the fire department. Okay, I'm going to get them on the line. Do not hang up. Hold on.
And people are saying there's not somebody here, but I was just there, and there is somebody here. There's 2 little boys in the house, and they're 5 and 7, and there's an adult man. He has supervised visitation, and he blew up the house and the kids. Kids and the husband and the father were in the house? Yeah. Yes, he slammed the door in my face. So I kept knocking. I thought it was a mistake. I kept knocking, and then I called 911. You saw him go back into the house in the flame, right before the flame? He didn't ever leave the house. He just opened the door. The kids were 1 step ahead of me. They're 5 and 7. They were 1 step ahead of me, and he slammed the door in my face. And you think he might have done this intentionally? Yes.
Thank you very much, fire. Ma'am, what is your name, please?
I'm Elizabeth Griffin Hall, and I'm the supervised visitor.
Okay, hold on. Elizabeth, hold on just a moment. Ma'am? Okay, so your last name is Griffin what?
Griffin Hall, Griffin Hall, Hall.
Okay. And your phone number is 360-990-9955 is your personal cell number. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct.
Where are you at right now?
I'm at 81112 on the same court.
Okay, so you're waiting down the street at 8112 109th Street Court, 189th Street Court East.
Yes.
Okay. And are you in your car?
I was in my car. I'm standing outside it right now.
Okay. Is that your home? Is that your home address?
No, that's not my home
Okay.
address. I was the supervised visitation coordinator. I picked the children up.
What is this person's name?
His name is Josh Powell. Just a minute, the sheriff's here. Let me
Okay.
tell him to
Go ahead and talk.
in the house.
Go ahead and talk to the officer, ma'am.
Elizabeth Griffin Hall dropped off the 2 boys, 7-year-old Charles and 5-year-old Braden, at Joshua Powell's home for what was supposed to be a supervised visit. Powell left his sons inside the house, but then slammed shut and locked the door, preventing her from entering. Griffin Hall frantically called 911 to report that she could hear one of the kids crying from inside the house. She told the operator that she wanted to move her car out of the driveway because she smelled gas coming from the residence, and then asked for police to be sent to the home. Moments later, the Powell's house was engulfed in flames. Powell had been a person of interest and under investigation in the disappearance of his 28-year-old wife Susan Powell from their West Valley City, Utah home in December 2009. A news journalist asked him for his version of the events that fateful night Susan went missing.
A lot of times I just go camping with my boys, not anything big. I just go overnight, and we do s'mores and stuff like that. And so I just went with the boys. I was planning to do some s'mores in the morning, and then we did. And then when we got home, on the way home, I found out that people were worried about us and we were missing.
Chuck and Judy Cox, Susan's parents, never believed his version of what happened to their daughter. Authorities searched the area in the central Utah desert but came up empty-handed. In July 2008, less than a year before her disappearance, Susan had been advised by a lawyer to record a video detailing her possessions and her life with her husband. The lengthy video starts off with the missing woman foreshadowing what would happen. For most of it, she's walking around the house listing expensive items that they would need to replace in the event of damage, but one snippet was particularly chilling in retrospect.
This is all of Josh's RC car stuff. You are with me. And I had necklaces too. I don't know where those are. I just got in a rage, as you can see, and broke this. There's duds and pearls and opals in there. Broke this and threw all my DVDs and made a mess. because he was angry at me. This was about a year or two back.
Although he was never charged or arrested, Powell lost full custody of his sons after his father, Stephen, was arrested and charged with 14 counts of voyeurism and 1 count of child pornography. Authorities found evidence that he had secretly videotaped women and young girls, including Susan. The pornographic images were kept in the home of the 2 men shared with Josh and Susan Powell's boys. The court ordered the Powell boys to remain in custody of Susan Powell's parents because they had been living in an environment with sexually explicit material. Josh was given weekly supervised visitation. Regardless of the court ruling, there was no indication of the rage from Powell that he could blow his entire family up. The father of 2 was reportedly optimistic about the future and was looking forward to a day when he could regain custody of his boys. After a brief investigation, officials confirmed that Powell had deliberately planned the murder-suicide. 2-gallon cans of gasoline were found on the premises, as well as evidence the gasoline was spread throughout the home. Investigators found a hatchet near Josh's body and believed that he used it to attack the boys before igniting the gas leak. The coroner noted that the boys had chopping injuries on the head and neck. However, he ruled carbon monoxide poisoning to be caused by Josh and his sons. 20 minutes before attacking his 2 sons with a hatchet and igniting a gas leak, Powell left a voicemail for his family. His final words to his loved ones. In the short voicemail, exclusively obtained by ABC News, Powell pointed to his boys, Braden and Charles, for the reason behind his heartbreaking act that left all 3 dead.
Hello, this is Josh. I'm calling to say goodbye. I am not able to live without my sons, and I'm not able to go on anymore. I'm sorry to everyone I've hurt. Goodbye.
Powell's sister, Alina Powell, called 911 prior to the explosion, saying she had received weird emails earlier that fateful morning, but she didn't think much of it. Powell's family attorney, Jeff Bassett, also called 911 to report his client had sent an email saying, "I am sorry, goodbye." The deaths of the Washington man and his 2 sons may mean the disappearance of the children's mother may never be solved. Susan remains a missing person, but given the fates of her sons, it is widely believed that she was murdered by her husband Josh. How much can possibly go wrong in 2 seconds? Several emergency calls were made by residents begging to be rescued when a condo in Miami caved in. A devastating total of 98 people lost their lives in the tragic June 2021 condo collapse.
Miami County Police and Fire.
Yes, ma'am. It seemed like here it was an earthquake here. The garage, Yes, ma'am. It seemed like something underground. Everything exploded down at 8777 Collins, Avenue.
Do we have a call already? We have help on the way out there.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Holy
What? Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm trying to track them.
He's mapping at 88th Street and Collins
Hurry up, hurry up. There's a big explosion.
He's reporting a collapse in a garage.
877 Collins Avenue.
8 garage. Okay. What is the phone number?
877 Collins Avenue.
He's calling from...
Okay, sir, tell me exactly what happened. Sir?
I'm sorry.
What's going on? Tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know. There's a lot of smoke going on. I can't see anything right now.
You see smoke?
Gotta get out of here.
Sir?
Where are we going? We gotta go. We gotta keep going.
Hello?
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
What are you seeing?
I can't see nothing but smoke. Oh my God. Let's get out of here.
Ma'am, the operator's asking you, is anyone injured?
Oh my God.
That's okay. We have him on the way out there. Okay, ma'am, I need you to focus on the operator.
It looks like 8777 Collins Avenue.
What do you see, sir? Because we're getting a lot of calls over there. What are you seeing?
A very large building collapse. Like the building next to us is gone.
Half of the building is gone.
So basically, I started hearing. I woke up because I was hearing some noise. I couldn't understand what was happening. I looked outside.
and I saw the patio area started sinking down.
What started sinking?
The patio area, the pool area, the swimming pool area started sinking down.
Okay. We do show police and paramedics are on the way over there now. They should be there by now.
Yeah, but there are many stores of the building that went down. The building just went to the sinkhole. So there will be many people there.
Okay. We have police and paramedics on the way there. Are you still in your apartment or are you on the ground?
No, I'm on the ground outside on the same area. I saw the whole building just going out, not whole, many stores going under the ground.
Okay.
We're in the safe distance, but...
Okay, we got police and paramedics on the way there, okay? They're on the way, okay? 8777 Collins Avenue?
Yes.
Okay, okay, you're in your apartment right now?
Yes, but half the building's gone.
Okay, are you able to get out through the staircase?
No, the staircase is closed.
Okay, what is your apartment number?
I'm in the balcony right now. You got to try to get...
We can't find the exit. We're in the stairs, but we don't know which stairs we can get out.
Okay. You need to find your closest stairs wherever you can to exit the building, okay? What side of the building are you on?
On that.
What side of the building? What floor?
We're on the second floor.
There's people yelling, saying they're stuck.
Yes.
On the part of the building that collapsed. They keep yelling, and it's...
Okay. We have several people on the way over there to assist. I let them know the location you're at. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir. What's your name?
What? Is it safe for us to stay here?
I don't know what structures are around you, sir. If you find a way to get out, please do so. Okay.
The entire garage is flooding.
Okay.
We're going back to the second floor where we were.
Okay.
We're going to the southeast side of the building. I have other people with me now. We're now about 8 or 9 because the 3 more in my family. We're going to try to knock on the door so we can have access to the balcony.
Okay.
Side of the street.
Okay.
Nobody opening.
All right, let me know.
There's people in the rubble yelling, by the way.
Okay.
Just so you know.
We have several units that are already on scene.
The basement is flooded. We just walked. It was only about 2 feet deep.
Okay.
We're walking on top of the rubble. We're outside now.
You made it out completely? Your whole family? Okay.
Yes.
Exit completely. Even get away from the pool. If anything more collapses, I don't want it to hit your family.
Ma'am, are you still there?
I'm with you still, sir.
Yes. Okay, now walking by the pool.
Okay.
The pool.
You have your entire family with you, right?
They're ahead of me. I had to help a lady.
Okay.
I got her with me. Okay. I'm in the open area with the pool.
Okay. Completely exit towards the beach side.
I'm sorry?
Go towards the beach side, okay? Completely exit.
Yeah, there's some other people here. Some other neighbors here.
Let me know.
Look for people.
We think the roof collapsed in the building. A bunch of us are in the garage, but we cannot get out. And we're going back up to our apartments, but some of the hallways are blocked, and there's water coming in through the bottom, through the garage.
Okay, so you said that the entire roof has collapsed on top of the building?
We don't know exactly.
Okay, if you don't know what's going on, ma'am, you need to stay somewhere where you are safe, okay?
Well, that's
don't go walking.
Get out
don't go walking all over the building if the roof has collapsed. We have help on the way there already.
We're going back to our apartment, but there are a lot of people inside the building.
My sister lives there, and the apartment building apparently completely I don't know, something happened to it, and half of the building's not there anymore. But she is alive, and she's there. She's in apartment. Correct. She if somebody can get her out through the balcony.
Okay, we have several fire departments out there. I'll let them know that she's in unit, okay?
The corner is a corner facing Collins Avenue. There's 2 people there. They're alive, but there's no other. They can't get out because there's no building on the other side of their apartment.
Yeah, I know. We have the fire department on. We have several fire departments on scene, but I'll let them know.
I know.
Okay?
She's apartment in the corner on the 8th floor. She's there. There's 2 people. Please.
On June 24, 2021, a portion of the 12-story condominium in Surfside, Florida, called Champlain Towers South, collapsed at around 1:30 a.m. The collapse of the building near Miami Beach has been documented as one of the most deadly structural collapses in U.S. history. The disaster prompted officials across South Florida to study residential buildings for signs of poor construction or structural weaknesses. The first to cave in was the area residents referred to as the pool deck, which rested atop a large concrete structure that also served as the ceiling to the underground parking garage. A routine forensic report conducted in 2018 documented severe structural damage to the concrete slab, mainly caused by poor drainage and waterproofing. Rainwater that should have run along the slant gathered in cracks and debris in the concrete structure, causing dampness and damage to slowly deteriorate the concrete, causing it to crumble in on itself eventually. This issue was well known in the complex, and there were even plastic pipes installed into the ceiling to divert the water elsewhere, but that did not stop the problem. The water also had severe corrosion to the steel that was upholding the structure. 7 minutes later, the rest of the building collapsed. There is speculation surrounding how the concrete slab at the establishment's bottom managed to trigger the rest of the collapse. Still, one theory is that it fell. The concrete structure punched through the ground floor of the building, causing the building to crumble. This is sometimes referred to as catenary action. Another major issue was the concrete columns in the parking garage itself, which did not have enough reinforcement. A recovery and cleanup operation, including officials such as firefighters and forensic authorities, assisted in clearing the rubble and debris to rescue and recover individuals who were in the building when it collapsed. 98 people lost their lives as a result of the disaster. The other half of the building that remained standing was taken down as a precaution to ensure that no other people would be harmed. I've listened to thousands of 911 calls, and this story bothers me often. Besides there being very little media attention, something doesn't add up. Is a close friend who called 911 the killer? It turns out it also bothered genetic genealogist Cece Moore, who was looking into the case. At 8 p.m. on January 30th, 2011, Mayte Vasquez Clarke called her son, 21-year-old Johnny Clarke, who was spending time at his girlfriend's house while her parents were out of town. When she checked in on him, he jokingly told his mother, "Yes, Mom, I'm still alive," but that would change hours later. Johnny called his friend Tiffany Williams around 10:40 p.m., and at that time she heard him speaking to someone else. Concerned by the conversation and the lack of communication, Williams convinced a friend to go to the house he was at with his girlfriend, 20-year-old Lisa Straub. At the same time, Mayte was trying to contact her son. After 22 calls went unanswered from 10:41 p.m. onwards, she knew something was wrong. The 21-year-old's mother then got a call from his best friend's girlfriend, who was worried about him. Once the parents reached the house, Mayte made the first 911 call at 1:21 a.m. for a welfare check.
Hello,
Toledo 911.
ma'am. My heart is beating out of my chest. I just got a call from one of my son's friends.
Okay.
Her phone number, I have it right here. She just picked my husband up too. My son and his girlfriend live out at Lawn Acre Lane. I believe that's Holland. This girl says she was on the phone with my son and his girlfriend, and he was supposed to go pick her up. He was telling her he was going out the door, and all she heard was the phone drop and heard my son saying in the background, "Who are you? What do you want? What are you doing here?" And she said she just drove by the house, and the house looks ransacked. All the lights are on. My son's not answering, and neither is the girlfriend.
Okay, you said it was...
Yes, Lane.
Okay.
Oh, my God. I got heart problems, and my heart's beating out of my chest right now.
All right, I understand. Do you know if that's all one word, or is it two separate?
It's separate words.
Lawn Acre.
Yes, Long. L-O-N-G, Acre, A-C-R-E, Lane. Oh, my God.
Is she still there?
No, she just came by here to pick up my husband, my son's dad, and I'm here with the other two younger kids.
All right, what is your name?
My name is Mayte Vasquez Clarke. Oh, my God. I have the girl's phone number that he was talking to. that heard all this going on in the background.
Okay.
Her parents, my son's girlfriend's parents are out of town. They left for Puerto Rico 2 days ago. I don't know how to calm myself down. My heart's beating out of my chest.
Okay. What did your son tell her?
My son was like, "Hey, Tiff, we're on our way out the door. We're coming to get you." And then all she hears is the phone drop and my son Johnny saying, "Who are you? What do you want? What are you doing here? Who are you?" And no more answers. That's all she hears. And then she says that she starts getting worried because neither of them are answering the phone. And she goes out there by the house and she sees all the lights are on and the cabinets look ransacked.
Okay, but you don't have any idea where your son's at?
He was there at the house with his girlfriend. That's where they're house sitting for her parents.
Okay, but he wasn't there when she went over there?
No, she rang the doorbell and nobody came to the door, nothing. Oh my God, ma'am, I'm so afraid something happened bad.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, what is your son's name?
John S. Clarke. Clarke is with the E at the end.
Is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He's white and Hispanic. He looks more white than anything.
How old is he?
He's 21. Date of birth is... And the girlfriend is...
Okay, is somebody going to meet us over there?
Yeah, my husband's on his way there right now. Oh my God, my hands are ice cold. My heart's beating out of my chest.
Do I need to send you medical, ma'am?
Please do.
Okay. Let me get this call in real quick, and I'll send you medical, okay?
But I have these kids. Okay, please make the call. The girlfriend's name is Lisa Straub.
Okay, what's your husband's name?
John P. Clarke.
What kind of car is he driving?
I don't know what the girl's car is that picked him up. I'll give you the girl's phone number. The girl, okay. Tiffany.
Do you know how long it's going to take him to get over there?
Probably 10 minutes. Oh, my heart. My God, I can't take this.
What's his girlfriend's name?
Lisa Straub. Straub.
What's her cell number?
This is his girlfriend. This is not the girl that called me from the cell number. Okay. The girl that called me is Tiffany. I don't know her last name, and her cell number is...
Okay, but we can get a hold of Lisa on that number?
No, Lisa's with Johnny. That's what I'm telling you. Lisa and Johnny are boyfriend and girlfriend. They were leaving her mom's house. They were on the phone with this girl named Tiffany. The number I'm going to give you, the cell phone number that I'm going to give you. They were talking to her on the phone when all this commotion went down.
I thought the girlfriend called you saying that she was on the phone.
No, not the girlfriend. Her friend. The girlfriend's friend called me. And she's the one that just came here now to pick my husband up. Oh my God, please. I'm praying that my son is okay. Oh Lord.
All right, stay on the line and talk to medical while they're on their way there, okay?
Okay.
Hang on.
Deputies searched the outside of the home and saw no tracks in the snow. Although the TV was on, they decided to leave since there was no obvious forced entry or other alarming signals. In the meantime, Tiffany Williams called Johnny's father, John, and offered to take him to the house. By 2:27 a.m., Maydie's worry increased, so she drove to the house to join them and made the second 911 call.
Sheriff's office. Listen, ma'am. I am a concerned mother. My son was in Long Acre Lane with his girlfriend house sitting. Lisa Straub lives there because her parents went to Puerto Rico 2 days ago. I get a phone call about a half an hour ago from his friend Sharita that some girl named Tiffany called her saying that Johnny and Lisa were supposed to pick her up at 11 o'clock. And she was on the phone with Johnny, my son, when he was walking out of this house, his girlfriend's house with his girlfriend to come get her. And supposedly she heard a guy in the background screaming at my son and my son saying, "What do you want? Who are you? Get away from us," and what have you. Okay, 4 cop cars were already out at this residence. They're not there, and her car is in the driveway. I want to know where my son's at. Okay. I want to know where my son and his girlfriend are at. I want to know if they got abducted by whoever tried to assault them and rob them. And it's pretty funny that this girl named Tiffany, which is there right now by the residence, waits 2 hours to call somebody and report this.
Okay. Well, like I said, we were out there. There was nothing going on there.
Okay. Where is my son and his girlfriend, and her car's in the driveway?
How would I know that, ma'am?
I need to report my son missing.
Okay. Where are you at?
I'm coming up to the residence right now.
Which residence?
Lisa's house.
Okay. I need an address.
Long Acre Lane.
Did I go too far? And what's your name?
My name is Maite Vasquez Clarke. This is the street, I think, Mama. Long Acre, this is it. This is it.
Okay,
I'm with my cousin right now that's in the military.
Okay. What's your phone number?
My phone number is... I want this girl's plate number before we go anywhere so I can give it to the sheriff on the phone. And they're back pulling in the driveway? I want this plate number. Ma'am, I'm going to give you this plate number, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That this girl's car is driving. I'm going to stay calm. I am. Will you stay on the phone with me, ma'am, while I talk to this girl? Don't touch anything.
Okay, who are you going to talk to?
Okay, listen, here's the plate number. That is the girl's, the plate number of the car that this girl is driving that my son was supposed to supposedly pick up. Now, these two people right here, that's Johnny's phone? Oh, I don't know. It's my parents probably. Call them back.
Okay, what kind of vehicle is it?
What kind of vehicle is that you're driving? What is it? A Corolla? I have a feeling you set up my son. My son is missing. He's nowhere to be found. Do you want to tell the police what you just got done telling me on the phone? Okay, come here. Ma'am, I'm going to let you talk to her because I have her blocked in Lisa's house driveway. Okay?
Okay.
Here. You tell them what you I will. Hello?
Okay, what's going on?
Okay, my friend Johnny and Lisa, they were supposed to come pick me up, me and my friend from our house, and this was like 11 o'clock, and I was on the phone with his girlfriend Lisa, and then he hung up, and we all hung up. He said they were on their way, and then I called Johnny right back because I was going to tell him that I was going to run to the store, and then I would meet them at the house. Well, he was yelling at somebody like, I'm on. He goes, bro, who are you? And then I called. He called him right back, and he didn't answer. So I texted my friend Lisa's phone, and I was like, where are you? Are you guys okay? And they have not answered to me or nothing. They have not answered the phone, and I've been calling and calling and calling. So I drove out to their house after my friend's mom got home, and nobody answered the door. So I drove back by our house to see if maybe they went to his mom's house, and they wasn't there. So his dad called my phone, and I was like, do you want to ride out there? And he said, yeah, and I brought him out here. And now his mom's arguing with me, saying I set him up. And, you know, they're my friends, and I'm worried about them. And if I don't have, you know, I'm worried about my friends because they were supposed to come pick me up, and they never showed up.
Okay, does anyone have, what's the son's name? What's her son's name? Is Johnny, is that his name?
Yeah, Johnny Clarke.
Does anyone have his phone number?
Yeah, I do, but his phone shut off.
Okay.
And we was calling, and it was ringing, and then it was shut off all of a sudden. And then I was calling my friend's phone, and I've been texting her, asking her if she's okay. Are they okay? Because they wasn't answering. And then I texted her, like, last I talked to you, I heard him arguing, and then now all of a sudden they haven't picked up the phone or nothing.
Okay. Are you out? Is there a couple officers? Where are you guys?
Yeah, there's some officers out here.
Okay. Why don't you go talk to them and they can help you? Okay.
Okay. I'll put his mother back on the phone.
Okay. Actually, I don't need to talk to her. She just talk to the officers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Again, deputies responded, spending more time checking the outside of the home. Although they had no probable cause to force entry, one officer allegedly told John, "As an officer, I can't tell you to go into the home, but as a parent, I would wait for us to leave, then go in." After heading to a nearby gas station, the parents and the other family members returned, taking the officer's advice. Mady waited in the car while the other two went to the back of the house and looked in. Peering through the blinds, John could see both Johnny and a phone lying on the ground. The father ran back to the front of the house and kicked the door in. Inside, he found his worst nightmare. Lisa was lying on the ground with a bag taped around her face, and his son was nearby with a bag on his head. He ripped both bags off. He prepared to do CPR, but as he lifted Johnny, he knew it was too late. Mady made the third distressing call to 911.
God. Oh my God. You need to get the police out to Long Acre Lane. My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window. The police were out here earlier and did absolutely nothing. Both cell phones are on the ground and we can see the people. Him and his girlfriend are tied up in the basement.
Okay, all right, we'll get them out there.
Get them cops out here. I told them earlier. And they wouldn't listen to me.
You need to calm down. We'll get them out there. But yelling at me is
unconscious. They're unconscious, ma'am.
Oh, okay. You said they're unconscious?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Cell phones on their body. With cell phones on their body. She's unclothed with pants on. She only has pants on.
Okay.
And their hands are tied.
Okay. All right. We'll get them out there, ma'am.
Oh my God.
Okay. I need you to calm down. We'll get them out there, okay?
Oh my God. Please hurry.
All right, we will.
Long Acre.
Okay.
Long Acre Lane.
I have the address. We'll get them out there.
Goodbye.
The friend he was on the phone with just before the incident, Tiffany Williams, also called 911 once the couple was found.
Lucas County 911.
Oh my God, we just called the police here.
On Long Acre?
Yes, but we need a rescue squad. He's got a bag over his head.
Okay.
Oh, we can see through the window, please.
We've got them on their way already, okay?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Stay on the line. I'm going to transfer over to you. Okay?
Okay.
Once on the scene, later described as remarkably clean, investigators found parts of the house ransacked. Although it may have initially looked like a burglary, multiple pieces of jewelry were left behind along with envelopes of Iraqi currency. Material from cabinets and drawers were pulled out in the living room and kitchen area, and the contents were dumped on the floor. Lisa's purse was emptied. In the main bedroom, the mattress was pushed off the box springs, and clothes from the walk-in closet were pulled out and dumped on the floor. The dresser in the closet was overturned, and the panel leading into the attic space was opened. Lisa's bedroom door was damaged as if she had barricaded herself in there before an attacker broke it open. Bags in the garage had been ripped open, and a piece of one was found upstairs. Besides those two rooms, the house was mostly undisturbed. Lisa's body was found facing east. Her hands were duct taped behind her back. Johnny's head was facing west. His feet were duct taped behind his back and also bound with the black tape. Both Johnny and Lisa had bags over their heads, with those bags secured with duct tape around their necks. The victims both had their upper clothing pulled up, while the lower halves were pulled down slightly like they were dragged across the floor and staged in the kitchen. An empty wallet was found on Johnny's stomach. Outside, despite the recent inches of snow days before, there were no footprints around the home. It is almost certain that the attackers came in through the garage door, which leads into the kitchen. Investigators found damage to the interior of the service door from the garage, speculating that Johnny probably saw the killers as the couple was leaving and attempted to run back into the house. They think, given the fact that he weighed 200 pounds and was likely pressing his weight against the door, there would have been multiple people forcing it open on the other side. A cigarette was found near the door leading from the garage. The deputy who found it remarked that it was odd that there was no ash or smell of smoke in the house, but that cigarette had 2 sets of DNA that hit on existing samples. Once authorities started investigating, the events of the night became clearer. At 10 p.m., Johnny Clarke picked up his girlfriend, Lisa Straub, from her job at TGI Fridays. They then returned to the home of her parents in Holland. Mary Beth and Jeff Straub were on a cruise celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. Johnny and Lisa planned to leave to pick up Tiffany Williams and friend Zach Burkett, then return to the home to play pool. Williams spoke to detectives in an interrogation.
So you're on the phone. How long before you hear anything on the phone? What did you...
Like, as soon as he picked it up, he didn't say hello to me, but he was like, bro, what are you doing?
All right, I want to get this down again. Bro, what are you doing? Okay?
Okay, and he said that approximately 3 times.
Okay.
Then
all right, give me his voice. Was it, bro, what are you doing? Or, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, just like that.
He sounded pissed?
Yeah.
Did he sound scared?
No.
He just sounded pissed?
Just pissed, yeah.
All right, so you hear, bro, what are you doing 3 times? Johnny sounds pissed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then what'd he say?
Then the next thing he said was, who the hell are you?
How many times?
Once. And then that's when I heard the other person in the background, but I couldn't hear what he was saying.
So you overheard a voice in the background?
A guy voice.
You're sure it was a guy?
I'm positive it was a guy.
Have you ever heard it before?
No. Well, I really couldn't tell, you know what I mean,
right. But... Okay. All right, so then what?
Then he asked again, bro, what are you doing? After he said, who are
After
you?
the 3 times he said it here, he said it again.
Yeah, and that's when this guy was talking, so that's why I couldn't hear him, is because Johnny was saying, bro, what are you doing once again?
All right. Did you hear anything in the background, like a door close, footsteps? It sounded like Johnny was... Did he sound pissed here again?
Mm-hmm.
Did he sound pissed here?
Yeah.
Did he sound like he was out of breath?
No.
Did he sound like he was scared or nervous?
No.
Did he sound like he knew them people?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said I think that whoever did it, he knew, because, you know, if you knew Johnny...
How did he end the conversation with you?
Tip, I'm going to call you back, and hung up.
Okay, now...
Williams said she didn't want to call the police because she knew Johnny would have drugs on him. Williams had confirmed that Johnny had angrily responded to someone he saw. She said it sounded as though Johnny knew the person and that she had heard another man's voice in the background. Johnny then told Tiffany that he would call her back. A phone log shows that Johnny called a friend at 10:41. That friend, who is not being named to protect his identity, later told Johnny's family that Johnny was waiting for Anthony Watson. Along with the cigarette, later crime scene analysis revealed several clues. Several sets of unknown DNA were found on the duct tape around the neck, Johnny's ankles, and in a pocket of Johnny's sweats. At this point, with the DNA evidence collected at the scene, police had their first suspects, but also a whole list of questions and many, many other possible suspects. The one obvious thing to investigators was that they were looking for something particular, whoever the attackers were. During the investigation, multiple people said that Johnny had talked about a safe with $100,000 being in the home. However, the Straubs said that there was no money in their house other than the $40 they left behind for the couple to order pizza. The single cigarette butt found matched with DNA of Sam Williams and Cameo Petaway, and was in the house where Johnny Clarke and Lisa Straub were murdered. Despite having the same last name, Sam is not related to Tiffany Williams, one of the initial primary suspects. On January 22, 2011, Sam Williams was arrested for the double murder. At the time, he had no idea that he was a suspect in the murder, as he didn't know the couple at all. Williams's arrest began a whole new twist in the case, one that remains unresolved to this day. The self-described man of the streets was involved in some shady business and had a warrant out for a domestic violence case, which was what he initially thought the arrest was for. While recalling the events of his arrest, Williams said as he crossed the street to buy cigarettes, his world exploded. He said, "All these marked cars came rolling up. The U.S. Marshals and the detectives had pulled their guns on me and laid me down to arrest me. I had a warrant for one of my domestic violence cases that I was on probation for. I'm like, I've got 30 days in jail. I don't want to do the probation." As the U.S. Marshal was putting handcuffs on me, I said, "You really come and get people for misdemeanor domestic violence cases?" Ironically, the accused was studying criminal justice. He was also involved in promoting prostitution with his girlfriend. which was his second guess as to why he had been detained. Throughout his interrogation, Williams told detectives he wanted to speak to his attorney. When his case eventually went to trial in July of the following year, the statements to detectives were suppressed because of a violation of Williams's Miranda rights. The most damning information was his denial that he had ever been in the home. It was a question that his defense attorney struggled with at his trial.
That's as good as we got.
Yeah, that's good.
That house looked familiar to you at all?
No.
You ever been to that house? It's in Springfield Township.
No.
Okay. You sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
100% positive.
All right. Some more names?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna throw some names at you. You know, you tell me. You know, Tone Watson. You know Tone. Anthony Tone. Always hangs out with
I know a couple Tonys, but you don't go by Tone.
Well, Anthony, Tony, hangs with a mixed dude, Zach, Fat Zach. You know, Fat
Who's
Zach.
the Tonys you know?
Yeah.
I know one from the east side, Starlet, my baby mom's other baby dad, Anthony Wolf.
Wolf, W-O-L-F-E, or?
They spell their name different,
E-L-F?
W-U-L-F.
Okay.
W-U-L-F. That's Starla's.
That's her other son's
baby's daddy.
Yeah.
Pretty
whatever you want to call it.
Okay. What about a Chris? You know any Chris's? Chris Watson? Chris? You don't know this kid Zach? Fat Zach they call him. He's kind of a mix. White kid, black kid, about 17.
You got some pictures?
Yeah, we got some pictures around. Yeah, we can get you some pictures.
Names somebody says
what about
his name
nicknames?
is Frank and he's, you know what I'm saying?
See, I don't
He's
remember.
Frank and his actual name is Sam.
I'm terrible at names.
You know what I mean? So I really don't
What about
know.
a dude named Peanut? How about a nickname? Somebody like Peanut or Manny. Somebody they call Manny.
No.
You deal much with dudes from South?
No.
South Side?
East Sider all the way. You guys see it. The East Side and
Casinos?
South Side does not get along at all. Like, seriously.
Soon after the interview, Williams's calls were recorded from the county jail and allegedly taken out of context when presented to the jury. News station 11 Investigates claims to have seen the full transcripts and agrees to this. The conversations included snippets of Williams telling his co-accused brother, Stephen Pettaway, "That was supposed to be me and you, but you know little bro had to step in to take your spot, man." Stephen responds, "You know he didn't do it right like I would have did it right." To which Williams responds, "No, but he did it good enough to make something happen." Again, the prosecutors pounced on the call, telling the jury that they were talking about the night of the murder and how Cameo had to go because his brother was in jail, adding that Cameo didn't do it right, possibly by leaving behind the cigarette. However, Williams maintained Stephen was instrumental in setting up the prostitution business, and that he was talking about a prostitution trip he took Cameo on to Pittsburgh because Stephen was in jail. Cameo Pettaway was tried in a separate courtroom from Williams. However, his case was dismissed by Judge James Bates, saying the prosecutors only presented the cigarette as evidence against Pettaway. He stated that anyone could have dropped the cigarette. The state did not have incriminating jailhouse calls or testimony from a snitch. In Williams's case, testimony from the jailhouse snitch, Eric Yingling, likely was the deciding factor. Yingling was in the county jail in December 2011 for failing to pay child support. He told the jury that he befriended Williams and that during a late-night conversation, Williams said he was tormented by the sound of the crinkling bag as Lisa Straub tried to breathe. He named Williams, Pettaway, and another Eastside man, Eric Taylor, as the killers. Although there were several problems with Yingling's testimony, including the inclusion of Taylor, who was never considered a strong suspect by police and was not charged, his words were instrumental in the conviction. In addition, all the details that Yingling shared were publicly known when he talked to the police. He freely admitted that he was looking for a deal and that his wife looked up many of the details. Yingling was paid thousands of dollars. In May 2021, WTOL 11 lead investigator Brian Duggar interviewed Sam Williams.
I was in the county jail. Didn't know who he was. I was very skeptical about him, first and foremost. I have overheard another guy that was incarcerated that was a little bit older, pretty much kind of knew that he was somebody that had told previous in the past, and kind of said, you know, hey, that guy snitches. So instantly my red flags had came up and I just stayed away. He did try to engage in conversation with me. So for me to say that he didn't would be me lying. He did. However, I did not have not one single conversation with him about anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Not the case, not my life, not who I was, what I was arrested for, nothing at all.
So all the things that he talked about at trial, that was all known? I guess it was in newspapers, it was known information?
Yes, to my knowledge, everything that he had brought up at trial had been either published in the newspaper or it was placed on search warrants and people could obtain that from public information.
Even the Iraqi dinar information?
Absolutely. They was talking about the Iraqi currency on a website called Mock Forum.
What's the website called, Sam?
It's called Mock. I have it right here. I have the actual article. I had somebody print it off and send it to me.
Mock Forum?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. So they were talking about that. So it's possible that he could have seen it there or somebody told him that information.
Well, he admitted in my trial that his wife had researched my case.
The biggest question in the case is how Sam Williams allegedly got from the Bottom Line bar on Star Avenue to the Straub household 30 minutes away. Based on a conversation between Tiffany Williams and Johnny Clarke, police believe that Clarke and Straub were attacked at 10:41 p.m. A call between Williams and the woman he was having an affair with, Destiny Madrid, at 10:27 p.m., pinged off a cell phone tower near the Bottom Line bar. At that stage, Williams said he was calling Madrid to see when she would get to the bar. In an October 11, 2011 interview with detectives, Madrid repeatedly tells police that she was with Sam that night and they later went to the Bedford Inn. During the interview, retired Toledo detective Tom Ross, who was working for the prosecutor's office, shushes her.
I tell you that you're not on the video at the Bottom Line on that night.
What do you mean?
The Bottom Line has video.
Right.
You or Sam are not on that video that night.
Detectives did not.
Williams says that texts and Facebook posts would prove his story. News station 11 Investigates had reportedly tried multiple times to have Facebook provide the post but has not been successful. The police have not returned 2 phones of Williams's, though his family has made multiple attempts to get them back. Police did receive a court order to obtain his text messages, but there has been no explanation why they were not used in the trial. Ultimately, he was convicted of aggravated murder, burglary, and kidnapping. His lawyers were able to convince the jury not to sentence him to death successfully, but he was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole.
We, the jury, having found Samuel Todd Williams guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
However, the case remains open because of several sets of DNA found on the duct tape, inside Johnny's sweatpants, and on the cell phone pad and battery. There are at least 4 sets of unknown female DNA and at least 1 set of an unidentified male. There could be other explanations for that DNA being on the tape, including it being left during the manufacturing process. The DNA was compared against samples from dozens of people interviewed in the case, but the other DNA is harder to explain. If Williams was set up, he was a ripe target. He has been charged 3 times for domestic violence. In 2006, he was found guilty of threatening to kill his victim. In 2007, he was involved in a fight and charged with felonious assault after punching a man. In 2010, he was found guilty of pushing his ex-wife to the ground and biting her wrist. And in 2011, before his arrest for murder, Williams was found guilty of going to his ex-wife's house, kicking in the door, and threatening to send the woman in his car to beat her up. Another person of interest was Alex Cusino, who had fought with Clarke about money in the past. On the night of the murder, Zach Burkett made several calls to the victim and was at a nearby IHOP with Cusino at the time. In November, Anthony Watson, who Clarke was supposed to meet up with that night, told police Cusino began calling him repeatedly. He said she often asked about what he knew about the investigation. More concerning was a jealous text message that Cusino sent to a woman days after the murder. She revealed the message at the trial of Sam Williams. "I do this, fam. Watch the news. They get duct tape and tied up and left for dead," it read. However, Cusino denied being involved, claiming she was driving around with her boyfriend and smoking weed at the time of the killing. Her DNA was taken and did not match the unknown DNA at the scene. Meanwhile, in an initial March interview, Anthony Watson told police that the men were planning to meet up. But when it got too late into the night, he told Johnny that he had to get up early for school in the morning and would not be able to meet. But in November, Watson was brought from the county jail after being arrested on a felony burglary charge to meet with the detective again. He wanted to tell of a conversation he had weeks before with a woman. He said the woman placed herself at the scene of the crime. He also named Sam Williams. The media already knew that Williams had been arrested by this point. Since Watson cooperated with detectives, there is no paperwork or testimony. On September 19, 2018, an unknown person gunned down Watson outside his Macomber apartment. The murder remains unsolved. DNA testing has come a long way since then. The state has also opened a cold case unit, but the unit will only get involved if the prosecutor or investigative agency asks for help. The state confirmed that this has not happened in this case. Williams remains adamant that he had no involvement. Amid the drama and mystery surrounding the double murder, Clarke's parents found themselves in their own criminal cases. On December 26, 2014, John and Madie Clarke allegedly followed Tiffany Williams into an alleyway and shot at her, just missing her head. The couple then fled the scene. Authorities arrested John after finding him hiding in a back crawlspace bedroom of his home. Police say they found him with rolling papers and marijuana in his pocket. He was arrested and charged with felonious assault, obstruction of justice, drug abuse, and drug possession. Madie Clarke was arrested and charged with obstruction of justice after answering the door for police and telling them there was no one else inside. According to an official police complaint, she later admitted that she knew her husband was hiding inside the home. Retired Toledo Police Lieutenant Frank Ramirez was also accused of involvement in the murder plot and sentenced to 48 months behind bars. Madie was sentenced to 24 months behind bars and John to 4 years. Just a year before, the mother was arrested for menacing after she went to Burkett's mother's home and shone a light inside the windows. She was also accused of driving by the Burkett residence every night and saying she would hunt the victim and her son. The menacing charge was later dismissed. Following WTOL 11's coverage of the case, Tiffany Williams came forward in 2021, saying she would fully cooperate with investigators. Williams said she is sober and in a better place than when the murders happened. She maintains that she didn't call the police when she was at the house because she knew Clarke was selling drugs and didn't want to be the snitch. She said she is not involved and does not believe that Burkett is either. But she does have a suspect in mind and is willing to talk to the police about that person, even agreeing to testify if needed. After 11 years, the case remains largely unsolved. Lucas County Sheriff's Office recently sent 2 DNA samples to create profiles that could be used in genetic genealogy. This will allow researchers to examine thousands of markers and compare them to ancestry databases rather than just CODIS. Amongst the sets of unknown DNA are those from the duct tape on the victims' bodies. If there is a hit, a genealogist will get involved. In the meantime, Sam Williams is still in jail under possibly false imprisonment. This 911 call is extremely shocking, but isn't well known at all. In fact, while I was researching it, I actually couldn't find much about it online, even though it was years ago. And the more times I listened to the call, the more I found myself asking, was it really an accident?
Douglas County 911, where's your medical?
I need emergency medical services. Please hurry up.
Where?
My wife's been shot.
Where?
I'm in a...
Did she shoot herself or was it an accident?
No, ma'am. It was an accident.
It's an accident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where's she bleeding?
She's bleeding out of her chest and her back. Please hurry.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get them. We'll get them there. Can you go ahead and tell me if she is breathing?
Yes, she is, but sort of not really. She's falling out of consciousness. Please hurry.
Okay, all right. They're going to go ahead and take somebody out. I just need you to answer some questions for me, okay?
Okay.
How did this happen?
I was holding one of the guns and just looking at it and talking to her about it. She was talking about the laser sight on it, about it being bright, and I pulled the trigger. It's never loaded. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please hurry.
Okay. All right. They're on their way, okay?
She's going to die, please.
Okay. Just go ahead. Get a wet towel, okay? A moist towel. Go ahead and get that for me right now.
Okay. A wet towel. All right, please. My daughter's in the tub.
Husband.
Okay, I got a wet towel. What do I need to do?
Okay. It's moist. I want you to go ahead and put it where the wound is.
Okay. The wound is on the front of her chest, but it's on her back too. Where do I put it first?
Okay. Just put it on the top right now.
On her chest?
Yeah, on her chest first.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna roll her over. Oh my gosh, baby girl. Please stay with me, baby. Stay with me.
Okay, you're rolling her over?
Yes, but I don't know where the entrance is. Oh my God. Oh, I'm trying. Okay.
Okay, where's the weapon?
It's on her left side. Please.
The weapon's on her left-hand side?
No.
Okay. Where's?
On her right side.
Okay, you rolled her on her. Okay. They're on their way, okay?
She's dying.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, please hurry.
They're on their way, so they're going as fast as they can. What's your name?
My name is... Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is anybody else in the house with you?
Yeah, it's my daughter.
Your daughter? How old is your daughter?
My daughter, she's 3.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, please hurry. Oh my God, please hurry.
Okay. They're on their way. Have any medical conditions?
No, she doesn't have any medical conditions.
No medical conditions?
No, ma'am.
How old is she?
She's 20. She's 30. She's 30. Come on, baby. Stay with me. It's okay.
She's still breathing?
I'm sorry, what's that?
She's still breathing?
Yes, she's still breathing, darling.
Okay. All right. Okay. Are her eyes open?
Her eyes are open. Yes, ma'am. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me. Baby, stay with me. That's a good girl. Stay with me.
Okay. Just keep her as calm as possible, okay?
Stay with me. Baby girl, I'm just...
Go there.
Mama, okay?
Go there.
There's no wound. She's not bleeding out of the front. Should I check the back?
Did you already go ahead and you rolled her over once, right?
Yes, I rolled her over on her chest.
You don't see any bleeding from her chest?
No. She's got breast implants, but it looks like it went in, hit a bone, and shot over to the left side of her body and came out of her back on the left side. And there's stuff that's coming out of her body. Please hurry.
Okay.
Please, baby. Hey, stay with me, please, baby. Stay with me. Come on, baby. Stay with me. Stay with me, okay? That's a good girl. I love you.
The shot came out where?
The shot came out on her left side of her back. Oh, my God.
Arm, left side of her back?
Yes, ma'am. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me. Stay with me, okay? Please, please.
This is really important. I need you to just focus for me for a second. You have a 3-year-old baby in the house.
Yes.
I need to know where that gun is. You need to get the gun away from her and far.
The gun's up in the closet. Yes, ma'am.
Gun is in the closet now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. No, I mean, I was standing in the closet. That's where it was, with it.
Okay.
Oh,
up high?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Where's the baby?
She's in the bathtub.
She's in the bathtub? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Stay with me, baby. With me? Stay with me. Come on, baby. Please breathe. Please breathe. Ma'am.
Yes, they're on their way. They're speeding as fast as they can get there. Okay?
There's a fire station so close to here.
I know. They're on their way. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Come on, baby. Stay with me.
Are your doors open?
Yes, ma'am. They're open. They can come straight in.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask. And I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go outside. Okay? Can you go outside? Can you go outside?
I don't want to leave my wife.
You don't want to. He doesn't want to leave his wife is crying.
I know, but please. There's a black truck in the driveway. Oh my God. No, come on, house. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
You have a black truck in the driveway?
Yes, a black Toyota Tundra. Come on. In the garage. Come on. I'll put my dog up. Please just have them get here.
They're coming.
Oh, come on, baby. Stay with me. Stay with me, baby. Please, no. Please, no. Oh. Yes, ma'am.
Is she still breathing?
No, ma'am. Please help. What can I do? What can I do?
Okay, there should be lights there.
I know, but what should I do? Please tell me I can do.
Okay. You have the towel, right? The moist towel?
The towel's underneath her. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I get another one.
Go ahead and put that on top.
Okay. Oh, stay with me, baby. Please.
You're going to probably hear voices, okay? I just want to make sure. Okay.
Please come in. No, I don't hear nobody. There's nobody here. Oh, please, yes, please help me.
He's definitely not harmed.
They're here.
Okay, talk to them, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye.
32-year-old William Merrill was evidently distraught during the call. His voice was stricken by anguish, punctuated by sobs and gasps for air, devoid of any suggestion of deliberate harm. In the 7 minutes between making the call and paramedics arriving, William diligently followed the dispatcher's instruction to save his wife, Stephanie. Flagler County Sheriff's Office detectives, a canine unit, and law enforcement arrived to investigate the suspicious incident. A deputy took the toddler out of the bathtub and wrapped her in a white robe. According to the officer, the child appeared to be calm and kept saying, "That's my mommy." Sadly, 30-year-old Stephanie was pronounced dead at the scene. In an interview at the sheriff's office, Williams said that he took his rifle out of the bathroom closet, activated its laser, and pointed it at his wife's chest. While the laser was activated, the weapon fired. The couple's 3-year-old daughter was in the bathtub and saw her mother being shot and killed. Their 6-year-old son was in school when it happened. Williams said that the shooting was an accident, but was it as unintentional as it seemed? He had a history of domestic violence. At the time, she claimed it was out of character for her husband. In 2007, he stole materials from work and sold them out of his home. And Williams' criminal record includes weapons charges, though they were dropped by the state attorney's office. As a convicted felon, the 32-year-old was not supposed to have any firearms. And he didn't only have one. William had 20 weapons in the house. The original charges included possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, which would have pushed his maximum sentence to 45 years. But that charge was dropped when William pleaded guilty to the manslaughter charge, which carried up to 30 years in prison. At the sentencing, Stephanie Merrill's older brother described the day her husband pointed an AK-47 at her and pulled the trigger, ostensibly thinking it was not loaded, as one split second of stupidity in which a mother, a daughter, and a sister was brutally taken away from us. The prosecutor cited 2 examples of the recklessness: cell phone photos that showed William pointing the AK-47's laser light at Stephanie's forehead, and the fact that his then 3-year-old daughter was in the bathtub when he was pointing the assault rifle at his wife. Most of the witnesses spoke of William's nonviolent nature, which was a sharp contrast with the way his brother-in-law described him, having known him since junior high. William Merrill was ultimately given 25 years in prison. Stephanie's parents, who have custody of the children, were going ahead with legally ending the father's parental rights. In June 2021, he filed a petition asking the court to review whether his imprisonment was lawful. Merrill believed that his trial lawyer didn't properly advise him before he entered a guilty plea. This constituted ineffective assistance of counsel, which violated his constitutional rights. The convicted killer argued that if he had known all the relevant information, he wouldn't have pleaded guilty. However, it was denied. For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.